It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here, and so is the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. And tonight it'll be Seattle going up against Charlotte. Taking a look at Charlotte, they've fallen into the bottom teams, but looking to make up some ground.
Hi, Ernie.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony from the sideline. Hall of Famer David Aldridge. And here we go, the battle between conferences. It's the East versus West, where the Charlotte Hornets will be looking to make a statement. Let's check out Seattle's starting lineup. Damian Lillard out there with George Hill. Then it's Gortat, then it's Chris Middleton, and it's Porter in at the 4 spot. Now here's Evans. He's definitely a factor in their offense, averaging 12 points a game.
I just love how Bosh has worked in the three-point shot, stretching the floor with his perimeter game.
Tyreek Evans, the 4th pick back in 2009, won Rookie of the Year.
Averaged 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists right off the bat. And it's been about the injuries in terms of what's held him back. If he can stay healthy, and that's a big if, the talent is obvious.
Smith wide open, he fires. The basket good off the assist from Evans.
And I just love how Smith is ready to shoot as soon as he gets the ball, measuring the shot as the pass is en route.
Now here is Hill. His last outing, he had 8 points. Smith for 3. No good that time. Seattle goes the other way with it. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
Away from home, you got to execute, and they did that flawlessly.
Yeah, and they also controlled the pace of the game for most of the night. Outstanding effort in a hostile environment.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
Oh, yeah, and as a big man, you need such an aggressive move. That's the tone that you want to set, the attitude that you're trying to play with. Your teammates are following.
3 for 4 from the field to start the game. They'll take that.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I had a chance to catch up with Coach Mike D'Antoni. He told me this is a fun night trying to slow down a team that's so smart and opportunistic. He said, look, we've scouted them, but this is the first time we've actually seen them this season. So it will be interesting to see if we can disrupt their offense and slow them down just a little bit. Back to you, Kevin.
Great job, David. So they know how dangerous this team can be if they get on a roll.
And that means contesting every single shot. It's going to take a lot of effort on D, but they can't give up those easy baskets.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see any type of adjustments as well, because with the type of effort they're going to exert, they're going to need to keep some fresh legs out there. They may have to go deeper into their bench than usual to make sure they don't get run down.
And that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
And Lillard kicks to Middleton. Some nice ball movement here by Seattle. Again, missing Hill. Charlotte leading by 10. Pass to Howard. Kicks to Bosh. Over Porter. And Howard with the stuff.
You need an army to keep Howard away from the basket. He's so superb at snatching up offensive rebounds.
And the first time out of the game called for Seattle.
And with the Tide running against them, needs to talk it over with his guys.
Man, they straight up been getting smoked over the stretch. They really need to refocus here.
Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for Charlotte.
And the three-point shot was a huge part of their game plan. When it was falling, it made them very hard to defend. Opponents were stretched out all over the place.
Now here's Lillard. He had 13 points in the win against the Magic in Orlando. 6 on the shot clock. And the shot is long.
The D a little slow to get in his face. They're fortunate it didn't cost him.
Evans, and the dunk by Evans.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
Yeah, you got to love it. Everything's working. Offense, defense, already a big lead.
Hill against Evans. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Now here is Hill. Guarded closely. There's a screen. Lillard outside. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Lillard's got 5 now.
But Lillard is always going to be aggressive on offense as he looks to catch the defense off guard.
And so it's Charlotte holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. Back right after this. And Dwight Howard, a lightning rod figure around the
basketball. This is my passion, you know.
It's an interesting concept that Dwight has to take something very seriously in order to have fun. He does say he has a burning passion to win a championship. He's been in the finals, and this is a guy that's got still a lot to shoot for, he feels, in his career.
That's a great point, Kevin. And the challenge for Dwight is how to balance how serious he is and how passionate he is with having that fun on the court that he's after. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And when you consider how Charlotte is doing, guys, what do you think? I mean, a huge lead, and already after this first quarter, they're starting to make it look easy.
I love it. They have the track shoes on. Right off the tip, they were in full attack mode. This offense is really churning.
Chris Bosh is out there with Howard. Then there's Tyreek Evans, and it's Smith, and it's Wiggins in at the 3 slot. So that's the group out there for Charlotte. Well, we see so many of these players, Chris, in the NBA reach notoriety very early in their careers, sometimes even while they're still in high school. What was it like growing up as a star athlete and all the hype that surrounds it? You were the #1 high school player in the country coming out.
Well, you have to stay focused. You know, I didn't grow up in this era of social media and everything. I can only imagine that pressure now, but really you have to stay focused. You have to realize that you're just in the middle of your goal. You're not a celebrity or a star yet, no matter how good you are on that level. Everybody in the NBA has been the best player on their team at some point in time. So things are going to even it out. You have to stay focused, stay goal-oriented in school and in sports, and hopefully the best things will happen. And if you're lucky, like I was, you have some real good people around you, whether family or friends.
Yeah, good mentors, right? That's got to be important.
Yeah, you definitely got to have good mentors, whether it's coaches that can encourage you to spend all your time on the court, or whether it's friends and family that encourage you to stay focused and not kind of get caught up with others that may not have a focus or a love or a passion right now. So you just really need good people. It takes a village, and for guys that are feeling so much fame and getting so many accolades at such a young age, it's hard to handle as an adult. Just imagine trying to handle that as a kid. So you definitely need a lot of good people around you in your corner to help you succeed in life.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, Emmanuel Mudiay spent a year in China prior to the NBA rather than playing in college. A lot of people respect what he did while he was over there. He said, being in a foreign country, everything is different. It made me mentally strong. Now in the NBA, he said, you've got to have confidence because every point guard in this league can play. Got to keep that edge and be prepared at all times. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Mental fortitude is critical, especially when you're a young player in this league. Now, here is Smith. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Evans' shot is good.
And watching Evans there knock down the triple, has the ability to be a dangerous outside scorer when he's in rhythm.
Seattle calls timeout.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
Man, this is a joke, right? I mean, there's been some glimpses of hope, but they've been few and far between.
Now, here is Hill. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. There's a screen by Gortat. That's a 2 from Lillard, and it's off the back rim, no good.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
Sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined.
Porter against Evans. to the left side wing. Here's Bosch. The basket good off the assist from Evans. Evans has got 3 assists tonight.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Now here's Middleton. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Magic in Orlando. On the wing, Porter. He's covered by Bosch. Second chance shot. Chris Bosch with the rebound.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Howard, and the layup's good off the glass. Howard's got his second bucket of the night.
Outstanding presence of mind. Howard is as dependable as he gets near the rim.
Hill against Evans. Outside Hill. They set the pick. Three-pointer, Lillard. No good that time. And so it's Charlotte out in front by 17 points. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime
We so
Show.
hope you enjoyed our first half. Ernie Johnson taking a look at Charlotte. Kenny?
There's been one thing that's made a difference in this game above all else: their control of the backboard. They put forth an amazing effort on the glass, and the rebounding numbers aren't even close, Ernie.
And that wraps up half.
We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the Charlotte leading by 17. Well, we've got a moment left set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the court for Seattle, Chris Middleton is out there with Porter. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Hill. And it's Gortat in at the center, locking down the middle.
You got to respect the physicality of Evans. Excellent at drawing contact on his way up.
That one misses. And Chris, power forwards today shoot a lot more three-pointers. If you played today, I think you'd be incredibly effective in that role. How do you think you'd be in that role?
Oh, yeah, I think that that's something I would definitely have fun and relished in. I did shoot threes a couple of seasons in Washington, and was pretty successful at that, but the style of play was just so different then. Big men were asked to stay in the post, and there was a lot more work in the post, a lot more pressure on the big guy to get to the free throw line to wear down the defense. So the whole game was different then. The big man kind of ruled the game. Today it's a point guard's game, and so what's great is I'd have to step out to give the point guard a lot more room to drive, to take a shot blocker away, or because there aren't any shot blockers. And so I definitely would love to hang out in that corner and shoot that easy three, or at the top after a pick and roll and pop right back. That would have been a lot of fun. Plus, it would give you freedom, because when you can shoot that Jimmy like that and you got a nice wet jump shot, it allows that pump fake to work all day. So I would have pump fake a lot from that three-point line and dunked on a lot of people. So that would have been fun to have that freedom as they do today. Just like it's fun watching these young guys let it fly from that three-point line.
Howard, the pass to Smith. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. So many great point guards in this year's draft. Greg, what stands out to you about North Carolina State's Dennis Smith?
Well, I think he's the best athlete of them all. A terror off the bounce, great toughness, and he's drawn some comparison to Stevie Francis when you talk about his bounce and physicality. And the explosive athletic nature of Smith's game, really exciting. Just a guy at the point with a ton of upside.
And Lillard kicks to Porter for 3. It's not going to go for him. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
And when you shoot a high percentage from distance, that gives you momentum and really keeps the opponent on the ropes.
Well, especially important on the road. Sinking those deep shots makes it hard for the other team to build momentum.
Seattle calls timeout. This their first chance this season playing Charlotte.
And last season, they made short work of this club. 2 games, 2 wins.
Yeah, they really controlled the pace on both nights, which is probably why they made the playoffs. And the other team was left on the outside looking in.
Lillard outside. Pass to Porter. There's the triple. Porter can't get that one to fall.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Smith dishes to Bosch. Pass to Wiggins. Bosch sets the pick for Wiggins. Just 4 to shoot. The 3. Porter pulls it in. Porter's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Hill kicks to Middleton. Evans against Hill. There's the screen. Seattle needs to get off a shot. There's Porter with the 3. Good on the 3-point shot. Porter's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. On the wing, Wiggins. Orton against Howard. Stolen by Middleton. There's 45 seconds left to play here in the third. Lillard the pass to Porter. Back to Lillard. He dishes it to Hill. Some nice ball movement here by Seattle. Lets the 3 fly. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
He'll be beating himself up if they can't come back because he is not carrying his weight at the offensive end.
Porter with a block.
Lockdown defense from Porter. He extends out beautifully to come up with these type of rejections.
Wiggins drives in. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Wiggins has got his second basket. There's the dish to Lillard. Over Smith. Again the miss by Lillard. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Charlotte leads by 19. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And from a recent huddle, let's listen in on head coach Steve Clifford.
Good offense, right? We got back.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Seattle trails by 19. We've got Chris Bosh, Tyreek Evans out there with Smith. Then there's Howard, and it's Wiggins in at the 3. So that's the group out there for Charlotte. Nobody near Lillard. Cans it from downtown. Lillard's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Seattle. Charlotte shooting it really well, 54% from the floor. Now here's Evans. Bosh, the screen. Evans dishes to Smith. Here's Bosh, pocket 6, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Well, there are a lot of players who seemingly have ice in their veins when the game is on the line. They do not blink. When you think about those kind of players, who might be the most mentally tough in the league right now?
Well, it's so hard to tell who really is mentally tough because you don't know what these guys are thinking. But I know who looks like just cold stone, just merciless players out there, and that's Kawhi Leonard, because
Yes.
you never know. You know, Kawhi is a nice guy, but, you know, he'll shoot a shot that'll end the game and then just give you such a cold look, and I think Isaiah Thomas is that way. I mean, I think so many players, of course, LeBron, Curry have been that way their whole career, but Kawhi Leonard seems to be that next coming of ice in his veins.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
Well, it takes a lot of confidence and toughness to make that play.
Smith kicks to Bosh. Pulls it from the elbow. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. That's 12 points for Chris Bosh.
And Bosh has a beautiful stroke from the mid-range. Once you give him room to shoot, he doesn't hesitate.
Seattle calls timeout.
And when you look at Dennis Smith Jr., you aren't blown away by the physicality at first, but he's incredibly gifted for a player his size. Great speed and quickness to blow by defenders.
Hill against Evans. Hill passes to Lillard. He feeds it to Gortat. Lillard with the bucket. And with Dennis Smith, it isn't just burst of speed, it's his play in the open floor and Greg running end to end, which is phenomenal.
Yeah, he also just jumps and finishes at the rim like a shooting guard. He's only probably 6'2", 6'3", but he gets up in the air like a wing player. He's a lot like Derrick Rose was when he burst on the scene.
Bosch, that's good. Seattle trails by 18. Lillard outside. Wiggins against Middleton. There's a screen by Gortat. Here's Lillard. Shot clock at 5. And there's the call on Howard. That'll be his second foul of the game. Lillard against Smith. To the inside. Here's Gortat. And he banks in the layup.
Lillard is great at spotting the open man. He knows it's his responsibility to get his guys going.
Evans dishes to Howard. Wiggins against Middleton. The shot by Evans. Nobody around. That ball's nice feed that time from Wiggins. Wiggins has got 3 assists now in this one.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Charlotte.
The biggest factor tonight had to be their great shooting. They shot much better than the other team.
Yeah, they were working hard on both sides of the floor, but that sky-high field goal percentage plus the pressure defense to force the other team into a lot of misses. Love the effort tonight.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year. And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Tyreke Evans.
He had those defenders shaking their heads. There were times when they thought they had a handle on it. And then just like that, he'd go off on another tear.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
That free throw good from Evans. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Laverne, he's checked in for Howard. Kaminsky comes in for Chris Bosh. Tony Allen's checked in for Wiggins. And Barea subbed in for Smith. There's 38 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Here's Hernan Gomez. And a miss there on the triple. They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum.
Here's the screen. Barea kicks to Kaminsky. Gets the 3-pointer to fall.
I'll tell you what, the energy in this arena, you can feel it.
Well, a well-earned victory, feeding off the energy of this hometown crowd really all night.
Here's Payne. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
Oh, just a solid screen to free him up. Makes the layup possible.
So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. They poured it on tonight. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for Chris Webber.
Tyreke with 48 and 12. Bosch with 42 and 15. Hey, he's actually finally scoring. Howard with 33 boards to go with 18 points. DSJ with 15 and 12. Wiggins with 12 and 9. Lillard with 39. Hill with 24. Porter with 12 boards. And that's really about it. Chris Middleton didn't even take a shot this game. Give him a long stat line. They pounded the paint and they made him pay.
You really wanna